Let's now have a look at name gathering. So, simple one is the one we looked at earlier. Do you work with? I draw the line at anything that's slightly you don't want to be over the line. You don't want to be dishonest. But this is not being dishonest. It's asking a question. I agree it's sailing close to the wind, but it's not a lie. I'm not saying I know people in your company. I'm saying, do you work with that tall girl? Oh, it's not. Sorry, who heads up the department then? I thought it was a girl there, maybe. So you're not going. It's really just a ruse to get a name. Simple enough. This one here, who do you report to? How many of you in the room place managers? Managerial level candidates? Quite a few of you? Okay? So if you want to find out who the best managers are, then every single interview, ask every single candidate who they report to. Simple starting point. They're pretty much all managers. Next thing is, qualify that manager. And a phrase I've used over the years is as follows. What kind of managerial style suits you best? Does that feel like a nice interview question to the candidate? Does it feel like I'm fishing to draw out from them the kind of manager they would like to work for? And by the way, it does that. It does that too. So they describe the managerial style. I then say to them, okay, and you're reporting to Bob Smith. How does Bob deliver against that managerial style for you? And imagine the candidate saying, Bob is the best manager I've ever had. The only reason I'm leaving the company is because I'm relocating. But he's a terrific manager, and he's always done the right things by me. Does that make Bob a little bit more interesting for you as someone you could source at some point in the future? On the other hand, if the candidate said, Bob is a nasty piece of work, he treats people really badly, there's lots of people wanting to leave that company because of him, then I'm going to go after the leavers and not after Bob. Who places salespeople in the room? Anyone place salespeople? Okay. Easy way to get access to other salespeople. Let's say there's a department of 10 salespeople. Would you not want to know who the best salesperson is in the organization? So, you're talking to that salesperson, and you say, what were your billings in the last 12 months? And they say, £200,000. Where does that place you in the league table in terms of billings? I'm number 3, Mike. Excellent, well done. Could you tell me about number 1, please, and what it is that person does differently or better than you? Well, number 1's really good. Okay, could you put a first name on number 1? Alex. So at least I've got Alex's first name now. Now, it doesn't have to be sales. You can do it in general other recruitment, but sales is pretty apparent. And a good way to do it in the sales recruitment side is to ask them to bring the league table along. So when you come to see me, could you bring along the league table, proving that you're number 3 in that league table? So that's a way to get them to sometimes do that. On a general basis, let's say there are 10 contractors in that department. And you say, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being outstanding, where would you rank in regard to those other 10 contractors? You'd be the second person in the department. Okay, could you tell me about number 1 and what it is that person does better than you? So a simple name gathering technique, but also qualifying. This is a general name gathering technique. Who do you respect in your department and why? Now, the disguise for me is the and why, because it feels like an interview question, and you do learn something about the candidate when they answer these things.